We had a lot of old systems that had to be updated. We had to get out of the data center. We had to upgrade the systems. We needed to improve some of the systems we had. And we were bidding out and trying to get into another co-location somewhere and then try to, bring over some of the older software that we had, which we're really fond of, and then see what we had to upgrade from there. Well, Ed came down and he talked to me and explained what MetTel was looking to do. And it was actually, it's a pretty amazing solution. So we were able to take our data center, migrate it out of the colo, extremely easy, which is not something you get to say very often. They now house it for us. They run it for us. You also have created, you talk about security, you've created a security platform that I hope is really secure. I was a little bit intimidated by the board that was up here before talking about security, because I'm going to come up and say, well, I've got it where I'm all set, and they totally knocked that down. So, but I honestly was thinking, because the way my system works is we take a snapshot of our systems every single hour. I roll every single hour into a day, I roll my days into a week, and my week into a month. So that's my backup. But it's not a backup. I don't actually have a backup solution. It's part of the disaster recovery as a service that MetTel offers. So you think that's dangerous? How do you restore a file? I can still go in and do file level restore with all the versioning that you get with a traditional backup system. So that's what we do for the data within our data center. And then, just like a lot of other people within our field and my users, I use Office 365 and I back that up as well. So if you're familiar with the snapshotting and how often you can make a change to an Excel spreadsheet, what MetTel has given me in my data center with my applications, I get that same level of snapshotting where I can go in and do version restores. It's not minute by minute like Office 365, but hour by hour within my resource. I really hope that helps you with ransomware.
The solution we put together with Monty, it was such a great opportunity for us, and it was something we were looking at for quite some time. And the pandemic's kind of changed that roadmap a little bit, but we're working closely. It's a VMware product now, but we give Monty 2 different of our data centers, and those snapshots are pretty much immutable, so they're pretty, knock on wood maybe, I'll say that before I say this, but they're pretty much ransomware proof, I'm afraid to say. But we have that separately. We have it in 2 data centers, and then we bring it to the cloud as well. So he actually has triplicate backup of his applications and all his data that a ransomware attack would be very difficult in that environment. So sleep well. I'll give you back the mic. We didn't ask you about your network and during the pandemic, what happened.
I was in a really good situation where I got brought over to LeDuff and they said, we want to change everything. Every system must go. And we started within the restaurant system that we had. We reached out and got a new point of sale system, and the network was a big part of that. And you guys, MetTel was the incumbent for aggregation. So you guys had all our circuits. And what was really interesting was we had one location, and this was right as I was starting. You guys had one location that it was just constant phone calls. The network is terrible, the network's crap. And you guys came to us and says, we would like to put an SD-WAN in here. You said for free, by the way, at the time. We would like to put an SD-WAN in here so we can go back and prove to the ISP that the network really does suck. I thought that was fantastic. So we did that. That put you guys in a really good position. So we put you guys on the table. You have SD-WAN in every one of our locations. I have dual networks that are as diverse as I can get them in every location. We didn't stop at just the edge. We went inside the restaurant. So I have dual switches within every one of the restaurants. So if I have a switch failure, I only lose half the systems.